Welcome to the Destination Destiny podcast. I'm your host, Lumiati B, and this podcast was designed for the person that is ready to step out of their comfort zone and dream big. This podcast will inspire you and empower you to live a life where you will empower others and impact many lives. So welcome to this journey. I want you to sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. The destination is destiny. Hello, welcome to episode 3 of the Destination Destiny podcast. And today's episode is titled Becoming Unstoppable. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, challenges on the path to fulfilling your purpose are inedible. They don't discriminate, they come to all people. But the good news is they can either make or break you, and you are the one that determines what happens by the way you perceive those challenges and what you do when those challenges arise. So today we're going to dig into how we can truly become unstoppable. So, we must understand that in the last episode we spoke about the power of vision. And I spoke about focusing on that vision, downloading that vision, becoming one with that vision. That is one key factor to becoming unstoppable. When you become one with your vision and you don't allow anything to stop you. Becoming one with your vision is so key because it shows you a preview of who you are and where you're going. And when you understand the power of focus, it will keep you going until you get there. It will keep you going until you actualize that vision. It will make you, have this unquenchable thirst, desire to see that vision become your reality. So you must understand that vision is so key. It's often said that there's no glory without a story. I say there's no glow up without rough patches along the way. And instead of running for challenges, instead of, complaining through challenges, you must understand that challenges are actually opportunities for great things. Challenges are actually opportunities for upgrades. And when you learn how to pivot from your challenges, you would have an amazing experience, an amazing life. When something happened to all of us a few years ago, we all went through COVID-19. There was a pandemic, there was lockdowns, and many of us really didn't know what would happen next. But if you learned how to see that time as an opportunity, you made the best of it. For some people, that was the best years of their lives. And we must understand that anything can happen. But when you are determined to keep going, it will help you to push you along the way. So we must understand that challenges will come to everyone. You're not alone. Some people feel like, why is this always happening to me? Maybe it's something is wrong with me. Maybe this is my fault, that is my fault. No, nothing is wrong with you. You're just a human being. So you must understand that. Let that understanding be in your consciousness. And you must also understand that greatness is not an absence of failure. It is victory over the challenges that we encounter along the way to destiny. So if you want to be great, get ready to fail. And when I say fail, some people are like, oh my God, they might get shocked. But we might make mistakes. Some things might not go as planned. But never let those things stop you. Many people that are major innovators, inventors of great things in this world had to try multiple times before they got what they wanted, before they saw the actualization of the thing that they envisioned. So for us, we must understand that any kind of challenge should never detour us from where we're going. You must keep going. That is what makes someone a visionary. Because beyond the failures, beyond the mistakes, beyond the unfavorable results, they see that there's still a way out. They see that there's still something that they can rechannel, reflect on, and change. And for me, I always say that when something doesn't go as planned, it's a time for reflection. It's a time to see, how can I do this better? How can I change a certain thing along the way to make sure that I get to my results? Determination is so key in this journey of vision, in this journey of destiny. is so key, because you must understand that in order for you to do great things, to actualize that vision, that you must be bold. Walking this journey of destiny is not a walk in the park. It's not a bed of roses, but it's a walk of faith. And faith is such a powerful force that makes you unstoppable. Do you know that if you can truly horn on in your vision, that you can see beyond those limitations, you can truly do anything. You cannot be stopped. You can truly do things that other people consider impossible, because faith is real. Faith is a substance. And once you can, receive your vision from God, and He says, hey, do this, and you believe in it, and you believe in the God that sent you, that called you, that appointed you, that faith would make you do amazing things. You can get amazing results with faith. Faith is what will help you to face those fears. Some challenges come as a result of fear, right? And faith would help you to face those fears and knock them out. Faith would help you to keep going even when it doesn't make sense, even when it doesn't feel right, even when it doesn't seem like it's going well. Because faith, the source of faith is God. And Scripture tells us that faith is always towards God. So we're not looking at people, we're not looking at the economy, we're not looking at situations, we're not looking at circumstances, but when we're in faith, we're looking up to God. We're looking to the one that called us, the one that saved us, the one that said, hey, you can do this. So when those challenges come, hold on to your faith. Don't lose the grip of your faith, because faith is powerful, it's weighty, it's a force that keeps you going. It's what truly makes you unstoppable. I like to say that faith is your superpower. So keep going, learning that you have to overcome these challenges. Sometimes you might feel like, sometimes a lot of people blame everything that doesn't go as planned on the devil. And most times he's not even aware of your situations until you bring it to his notice. Sometimes God allows some things because He wants to take you farther. He wants to take you deeper. And if He doesn't allow these challenges to come your way, you get comfortable. And remember, I told you can't fulfill greatness by staying in your comfort zone, by fitting yourself in a box, by limiting yourself to just one thing or the other. But sometimes God will allow those challenges to come your way to push you forward, to say, hey, there's much more ahead of you. Don't get comfortable. Don't feel like I've got it all figured out. I'm living the life. There's so much more. There's so much more to do. There's so much more to see. So you must understand that this is an important skill to have. Learning how to overcome your challenges is needed for this journey of destiny. Learning how to perceive the challenges correctly, understand the root cause of it, and deal with it. Sometimes these challenges come because of our perception. You don't understand the power of your thoughts. You might be attracting these things because of the fears you have, like I spoke earlier, of some worries or some concerns. So we must be mindful of that. You must be mindful of that. And like I said, your preparation is as important as your destination. In order to truly become unstoppable, you must always be prepared for the next level of destiny in this journey. You must always prepare yourself, always look for ways to develop yourself, to become more refined with your skills, your giftings, your talents. Never settle for good enough. There's always better. You must be able to keep pushing, keep trying to do all that it takes to be the person for the job. Just like we often encourage people to get some form of education or learn some kind of skill to become an expert or a thought leader. When it comes to destiny, yes, that is important too. Whatever it takes for you to get to that destination, that point, you must ensure that you invest in it. And the best place that you can invest in is in yourself. Yes, we can invest in other things, but investing in yourself will be the biggest payoff, because it will not only impact your life, but it will impact the lives of those people that are attached to you fulfilling your destiny. The more you put into yourself, the more you can give out. So you must understand that you have to keep going. Don't allow anything to limit you. Most times, the limitations that we experience are actually the limitations that are in our mind. They might be in our subconscious and we're not aware of them, but you understand that if you hold on to faith, if you have become one with your vision, that combination will push you. It would wake you up in the middle of the night with some restlessness until you pour out, until you do that thing, until you publish that book, until you start that podcast, until you start that business. It will keep pushing you, it will keep driving you. And you have to keep going. You have to answer that call. It's not a kind of call that you ignore. It's not a kind of call that you dismiss, but you answer the call. And as you answer, you continue to make progress. As you answer that call, you understand that since God has your back, you can't be stopped. And God is the best person to have in your team, by your side. He's there to lead you along the way. So you must understand that in order for you to truly be a person of significance, you have to not only pour into others, but be poured into. You have to have resources that will build your capacity, resources that would transform, reshape your mind, and just cause you to think bigger, dream bigger, and see more. You have to understand that you cannot give what you do not have. So you can't just say, I want to be this big, Fortune 500 company owner without having the capacity in your mind, in your innermost being, to be just that. And every little form of, investment counts. It might not seem like much at the time, but every time you look for ways to, improve your skills, hone your skills, or you look for ways to, just get more information, education about what you're doing, your field, wherever you have been called to. As you keep doing that, it's like sowing a seed, planting a seed in a garden. The more you take care of that seed, the more you water it, the more it will blossom. So it's so key to keep working on yourself, keep developing yourself. Fulfilling your vision is truly an offshoot of what you have put into yourself. It's who you have become. And the more you develop yourself, the more fulfilling your life will be. So I have 2 questions for you today as we continue today's podcast of becoming unstoppable. You have to be able to answer these questions accurately to become unstoppable. The first question is, what do you bring to the table? Can you accurately describe your uniqueness? Can you say it confidently that this is my part, this is the part that I play in this whole picture? My second question for you is, what value do you have that can elevate others or systems or things? What value do you have? You must understand that your personal values are so key to making a difference. Your personal values are so key to living that life of vision, that life of destiny, because your values will always put you in the right place. You must be a person of integrity. You must be a person that values excellence and so much more. So those 2 questions, what do you bring to the table? And what value do you have that can elevate people, systems, things, and so much more? Those questions would help you to become unstoppable, because you know that this is what I bring to the table. This is what I add to this, the general scheme of things. And because of that, you see your unique assignment, you see your unique place, and you can just soar. That's how to become unstoppable, knowing truly who you are and what you bring to the table. Another thing that I want to stress, because I mentioned it earlier, is that challenges are actually blessings in disguise. Welcome those challenges. Welcome them, because you know that at the end of that challenge, if you navigate it correctly, you become better, you could become wiser, you become stronger, and it helps you to help other people that might encounter the same challenges. Once you have overcome that challenge, it makes you a victor, and then you can share your story to empower others to do the same. The major turning points in my personal life occurred after major challenges. At the time, I felt discouraged. I felt crushed. I felt like it was me against the world. But when I was able to relax and think deeply about what was going on, I saw that I became a brand new person. I remember I was speaking to someone a few weeks ago, and I was speaking about a relationship that I was in. The relationship was for 3.5 years, and we just thought that we were going to get married. And, I had a whole picture of our life together. until one day he called it quits, and I was crushed. I felt bad, and I blamed myself a lot. But if I only knew what was ahead of me, I would have just turned that into a party. I would have celebrated, because he might have not been a bad person, but he was not the right person for me. And just like us, there's some challenges that we face, and it might feel like it's crushed you. It might feel like everything that you knew has been changed because of this challenge. But I want to encourage you today. Embrace the challenges, channel them correctly, and let them bring you to a bigger point. Let them bring you to a greater destination. You'll be glad that you embraced that challenge. Stop trying to run from your problems, because if you keep running, they're going to meet you in the future. So deal with your problems, embrace the challenges, and fight them head on. And that is how to truly become unstoppable. That is how to navigate this life without becoming a victim of circumstances. There's no victory without battles. You must learn how to choose your fights correctly and choose to win. Winning is always a choice. It is not a mistake, it's not a coincidence, but it's a choice. Don't be afraid of the scars, because scars just shows that you have overcome something. So learn how to change your scars to beauty marks. Also, it's often said, learn how to turn lemon to lemonades. Learn how to turn your messes to a message. There's always something that good that can come out of your experience. Focus on the good. We let go of the bad. And as you focus on the good, you will see that, hey, something is happening. You see, perspective is everything. If you see your challenges in the light of where you're going to, then you can keep making progress. If you see them in the light of your end goal, you will be glad that you overcame them. So welcome them with open arms. And today I want to encourage you that when you do just that, you will become unstoppable. Thank you for joining today's episode. I'll see you next time.